Virgo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-November 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Virgo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Virgos here in mid-November? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Virgo mid-November. What's the vibe? What's the energy for my good friends? Okay. Very first shuffle, the card pops out, so we'll take it. I feel like I saw this for one other sign this week. See that person kind of just sitting, waiting around. So maybe some of you are in a waiting position or holding pattern when this card is here. Even though it seems simple, the one thing that I always stress about this card is there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of parts in the undertone of the energy. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the November subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So looking here at the image, there's a few things that really stick out. We have the lady, she's sitting by the window, big golden clock overhead. So to me, she's kind of like biding her time or waiting for a certain amount of time to elapse potentially, or just watching the clock, watching the clock. It's like I'm counting down the minutes here. But in the undertones, you notice we have the cat that's kind of sleeping, taking a nap, a lot of rest and recuperation. In the background, we have the moon representing unknowns, very subtle energy. So watch your emotions in this time. But there's also big hints of communication as well. We have the bird with the letter, we have the phone right there. So is she waiting for a conversation? Is she waiting to hear back from something? Possibly. Or it could just stress the importance of these topics in this time for Virgo. So again, whether it's clear communication or whether it's spirit telling you to be patient, it could be all of those things. But there is a certain comfort to it as well, or reassurance. So I think that's nice. So we're just going to let her chill. She'll keep waiting for the time being. But let's put her down. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Virgo in mid-November. And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Someone felt a little grumpy last week, that's for sure. The reading was titled They Are Mad. Now again, it could have been you. Maybe you're a little more temperamental than usual. Could have been somebody else, but to me it definitely felt grumpy, I could tell you that. So that is what it is. Hopefully that energy doesn't bleed over, but we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So we take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Virgo. What do we have in mid-November, please? Let's get these cards flying for my good friends. Okay, Hanged Man. So yeah, the waiting around, very similar to her. Really analytical. It's like keeping an eye on something, that's for sure. So we will definitely see what's up with this Hanged Man. And believe it or not, it could be one of your power cards as well. So like, whereas for some signs, the Hanged Man might seem like a challenge card, for Virgo, I generally think it's positive. Let's get a couple more. Ace of Wands, total opposite. I like it. I like the vitality of it. So let's keep moving here. So we have an interesting dynamic of energy, that's for sure. Let's get one more. This could be a very good result, my friends. We have the 10 of Pentacles right here on the back end. That's one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. Let that chill. So yeah, let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first glance, I like to look at the elements. It tells me the areas of life that could be prominent or how the energy is moving. Most of the energy is quite sturdy, right? Because we have Earth here on the back end, which is your power element. So Earth is very good for Virgo. That represents money, work, business, career, home, family, feelings of stability. So I like Earth for that. The only thing is sometimes it can feel a little stuck or grounded for whatever reason. And the same could be said here with this Hanged Man. That's a multi-elemental card to me. To me, I think this is more earth and water combination. So the same goes. Like both of these energies could seem very grounded, but there's an energy building in the center because we got the fire. That's the realm of action, movement, forward progress, momentum. It's the passion, drive, desire that we have within us. It's our internal combustion, and it's a huge card of vitality. So I love the Ace of Wands. The only thing is, it could be a little unpredictable, right? As with all fire cards. So all this is outside circumstances as well. Like when I look at elements, earth, that's the world we live in. Fire, that's the actions we take and other people take. It's not like cups and swords. That's internal energy. This is all from the outside. So let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we have the Hanged Man, and we see him there right next to the amethyst, big, wide open eyes just hanging upside down. He doesn't look like he's in distress, right? He's kind of just chilling there, chilling, watching, analyzing. Again, I this is a card that some readers link to Virgo. I also link it to Scorpio and sometimes Pisces. So you see what I mean? It's like a mixed zodiacal type of card here. So in my simplistic style, since a lot of people link it to Virgo, maybe he'll tell us something that's coming towards you at this time. But notice he's not really doing much. He's watching, he's analyzing, paying attention to hints and clues. This is a huge card of strategy. It's also a card of sacrifice, like self-sacrifice for whatever reason. So I do like the Hanged Man. But when we get to the challenging aspect of this card, it could represent feeling stuck, feeling grounded, feeling like something's not moving. And remember, it's a retracted, pulled back type of energy, very similar to the Hermit, which is another one of your power cards. So we'll have to see. Could there be someone keeping an eye on you? Absolutely. There could be someone watching over you. Could there be someone strategizing and planning? I saw that for you a few weeks ago. This could also be it. So, or maybe Spirit wants you to take a very slow, steady approach to something where it's like, okay, do your thing, Virgo, just be cautious with it. Now, moving to the middle, total opposite, right? We have the Ace of Wands, which is a spark plug type of energy. Now, I like all aces. I always say they represent offers and opportunities to me. They're usually fresh, new, reinvigorated type of energy. So to me, it's bright, it's vibrant, so it's really nice. If we're not talking offers and opportunities, it can be conversation, speaking, talking, especially with the Ten of Pentacles, a lot of people here. So there's something here about communication still, which is showing up from the last card. So I like this. For some of you, it could be regaining energy or starting to feel good, starting to feel better about something. It's usually something that comes in fast. So like when I say the Hanged Man into this, it's like boom, very explosive, or boom, out of nowhere. But I feel like it's good for a lot of you. So we're going to want to look at this. And obviously the downside to the Ace of Wands, very fiery, very impulsive. This could be an energy that's ready and raring to go. So just, again, I do feel there's something that Spirit wants you to just be cautious with or pace when I have the Hanged Man moving into the Ace of Wands. And we'll explore it further. Again, it could just be a talk. We don't need to turn each one into its own novel. Now, moving to the very back end, we have one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. We have the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful. So I already told you what the element means, and you see we have the happy family, we got the dog, we got the 10 Pentacles, beautiful. This is a card of blessings, abundance, stability, things calming down in a very positive way, and I think of expansion, so which is really beautiful. Tens can represent the close of a cycle, but to me, this is more of like a happy ending. So there's really great energy at play. There's really great energy available for a lot of you, which is a nice change from what we've recently had. I don't want to get too optimistic because we still have to clarify, but I'm feeling good about it. Ten of Pentacles could also just be super, super stable. So if the only thing I could see as a potential problem is feeling like nothing's changing or feeling stuck in some sort of way, but at the same time, I like the stability I'm picking up because there could be a lot of things starting to calm down. Big expansion here with the Ten of Pentacles. Blessings, abundance, and wins. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Virgo. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Virgo? Please, my guides and spirit team. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot because, as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation. And I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Mr. Hanged Man. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Virgo, You could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get it going. Why is the Hanged Man here? What is this plan? What is being watched? What is it all about? Thank you. Okay. Keep a very close eye on something. There's also something here about just following the structure, following the rules. I don't know why that's here. So the Six of Pentacles is usually very open, very giving. It's actually one of the cards I link to gift giving as well. You notice the person he's handing out pentacles. Yeah, here you go, here you go. But at the same time, I feel like this person's watching that person's actions. And usually with the Six of Pentacles, it's more about like a nice balanced approach to something. So we kind of saw it in the upper end of the spread where it's like this energy is not doing anything. This energy is doing too much. There needs to be like a middle ground approach and structure to something. So I hope that makes sense for a lot of you. But to me, it's like, all right, you could proceed, you could do something, you could move forward with something, but be cautious, be structured, and pace yourself. That's just how the energy feels to me. This is also a great sign for like blessings, abundance, just like we have here on the back end. But there is this strong energy about not overexerting yourself as well. That's showing up heavily here in the front because this card right here, it gives and gives and gives and gives. So we're just going to keep moving. Yeah, maybe there is someone watching your moves, watching your example, seeing how you do things, or maybe you're observing somebody else as well. That could be a thing. Let's keep going. There is some sort of eyes on. So what's going on the Ace of Wands? Let's see what's up. If there's anywhere where this reading could take a left, that it's this Ace of Wands. Let's go. Why is it here for my lovely Virgo friends? Please. Thank you. Cool. I really like it. So we have the Page of Pentacles in the upright. These cards carry very similar energies to it, and the Page of Pentacles is one of your power cards. So Virgo, I do have to say, overall, I really like where this energy is headed. So there could be a lot of situations right now, even if they're not ideal, the energy is heading in a positive direction, which is good. There's a lot of great potential, especially here in the center. Now, we do have the potential for a lot of conversation. So if you're like in hermit mode, if you're not really trying to talk to many people, um, with the Ace of Wands and the Page of Pentacles, it's like, oh, here they come, Virgo. It's like everyone's wanting to talk to you. Everyone's like beating down your door to speak. Like that's a little side message for some of you. And I saw a similar thing in the Capricorn reading this week where it's like, all right, well, there's good energy around socializing and socialization. So some of you might be in not be in that mode. But for others, if you're wanting to socialize or have a conversation or talk with somebody, the energy is available to do that, especially with the Page of Pentacles. And I feel like a lot of this energy is kind of moving towards you magnetically, which is really nice. But remember, don't overexert. There's an energy here where it's like keep it structured, stay within the rules, stay within the guidelines, just like we have here in the front. But this is great. This is looking really good, and especially with the Ace of Wands and this, could be some really good news or a conversation that makes you happy. So I like where we're heading here. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. All this energy in the center feels refreshed to me. So let's see what the Ten of Pentacles has. Then we will do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So hopefully we're going to have a nice positive reading for Virgo front to back this week. It's been a while, right? Let's see. Why is the Ten of Pentacles here for my good friends? Please. What do we got? What do we got? Thank you. Cool. Yeah, and this just feels beautiful to me. So we have the Two of Swords in reverse underneath the Ten of Pentacles, and that's just something going way better than expected. So there's just so much energetic potential for a lot of Virgos in this time. Doesn't matter what the situation, work, romance, health, doesn't matter. There's so much energetic potential here, and that's what I really love about your reading this week. Now, the Two of Swords, that's one of my cards of mystery, the unknown. Sometimes it could be confusion, lots of questions, like, oh, there could be doubt with this card as well. But notice that it's in reverse under the Ten of Pentacles. That's something popping in. So to me, either this is like an unexpected win or victory, a surprising win or victory, or something that just goes way better than expected. That's just how it's feeling. And I have to take that, and I think that is claimable energy here. If this was in the upright, it would be a little bit different, right? If this popped out in the upright, I'd be like, yeah, well, there's a good intention, there's a good goal, but I don't know how I'm going to get from here to there. So maybe some of you are in that place, but for the most part, in reverse under the Ten of Pentacles, I just think it's an unexpected winner victory or something going better than you thought. So there's so much potential, but there is this underlying energy of not overdoing it and keeping it structured. So having boundaries, so to speak, or yeah, I guess that's the best way. Like there's certain thing a certain thing or certain things need structure and need boundaries to get the best result. So let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow card. I'm really liking your reading this week. It's one of the better ones I've seen for you in quite a while. But if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we start off here with the Hanged Man, kind of hanging around, not really doing much, right, with the Six of Pentacles. So there is a lot of observation. I did say someone might be watching how you do something. It's like I'm following someone's example. That's kind of how it felt. Maybe you're observing. That could also be it. But there is something here about sticking to the rules or keeping something structured, like not overdoing it. That's huge right here in the front for anything. It's all about pacing. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles in the upright. These cards are very similar. Big chatter boxes. So again, you might be getting a lot of people bombarding you and hitting you up. Now's a great time for socializing if you want to, but again, you don't have to. Great time to talk things out as well. But the energy is seeking you. So it's like everything's lining up in a good way. Moving to the back end, we have the Ten of Pentacles with the Two of Swords in reverse. Boom, something going way better than expected. Either a surprising or unexpected win or victory here, or just the result being better than originally hoped, which I think is great. Very much claimable. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for my Virgo friends. What do we got? The Guides and Spirit team. What's going on for Virgo? And yes, this is where I go and pull you a shadow card, which I always like to do at the end of every reading, just to see whether it's within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge; they could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Let's get you one. Oh, and yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get this going. One card for Virgo in the shadows. Knight of Wands. So this same similar message about pacing, because the Knight of Wands is another speed demon type of energy, right? Big fire sign energy like Aries, Leo, Sag, go, 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 no rest. Now, for the revitalizing aspect I've seen within the reading, great, really fantastic. So, for some of you, you might have an abundance of energy that might need some sort of outlet. So, whether that's through activity, whether that's through conversation, you might feel like there's a lot of energy coursing through you when this shows up. But this card can be very sporadic or unpredictable, very similar to the Ace of Wands. So when I see him in the shadows, if you have no dealings with a fire sign, the Knight of Wands is like, there is no rush. It is not a race. There is something where it's like, it needs time, needs structure, needs patience. So that's huge here. Okay. Don't let anybody throw that off for you either, like the energy. But I think it's good. I mean, for the most part, your reading looks really great. It's one of the better ones I've seen throughout the zodiac. There's other signs that are going through it. So we're just going to leave it at that, Virgo. That's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The November subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation and you'd like to have a little chat with me, you can book a personal reading with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. You'll see my digital calendar is open for the month of November. They're filling up pretty quick, so if you'd like to have a chat, come over and see me. But for the November subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of a lovely deck. It's fairly new. It's called Tarot of the Woodland Wardens. It has a whole bunch of fluffy critters. It's really adorable. I think everyone would like it. So if you like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, since it is November, what are you most grateful for right now? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.